ears over there. And I love just looking up at the moon whenever I have an opportunity to do so. And it just changes the whole dynamic of the bush out here. You can imagine all the animals wake up to the sound, or to the glowing glow of this moon around the bush, and it allows for all the animals to wake up and look around. It's an incredible time. And while we've just sat with the moon, let's go and look at a planet that is out in the solar system. It's one of our closest planets to this Earth. It's red, as you can see over there. If we get nice and close, it's the closest we can get to this planet, and that is Mars. So Mars has quite a red tinge to it, as you can see over there, and that is the red. It's the dust. There's a red dust on Mars that is then being reflected back all the way back to Earth. So the atmosphere around that planet is quite a lot different to the atmosphere that we have here. We have quite a lot of hydrogen and oxygen in this atmosphere. It's an incredible star out there. And finally, we're going to have a quick look at Alpha Centauri, which is our closest star to this planet. And there it is. So you'll see there's Alpha and Beta Centauri. So I think that one over there is Beta Centauri, which is two binary stars. So two stars that are actually going around each other, which is actually the brighter one. And that one's a little bit further away. It just looks brighter because it's two different stars that are orbiting each other. And if you look above it, it is Alpha Centauri, which is part of the pointers of the Southern Cross. So you can't see it as well, but Alpha Centauri, there it is. That's Alpha Centauri. And you can tell it's a star because it's flicking at us. Look at how, do you remember when we were looking at Mars, how it was quite a stable kind of glow? When you're looking at a star, you'll see that it flickers at us, and that's how we tell the difference between a planet and a star. And a planet is a solid mass, whereas a star is a big, great ball of gas that is growing. And we have different ages of stars. And the distance of that star to our planet is 4.3 light years away. So the light that we are getting from Alpha Centauri is taking 4.3 years to finally come here. Isn't that incredible when you think about it? How far and how far these planets are, or these stars are around us. And that is just one star, and that's our closest star. And if we wanted to try, I mean, they've done measurements, but the best way to explain the distance is that if we wanted to get there, it would take us 25,000 years by a rocket to get to our closest star, Alpha Centauri. So isn't that magical to try and understand that a little bit more about our solar system? And that's just one star. And you know, if you go look out in your night sky and you go and have a look at Scorpio in southern Africa is starting to come up across the eastern horizon this evening, whereas Orion is setting on that side, on our western boundaries over there. And in both of those stars are both of those constellations are two red giants. And those are two stars that are getting to the end of its life. So they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And they start emitting almost like a reddish color. And that is towards the end of a star's life. And when that star finally gets bigger and bigger, it will explode. But sometimes that explosion will take millions of years just to get to our eyes. So some of these stars could have already blown up already, we just haven't seen it. And that's so magical when you start thinking about how big the universe is and how big everything else is out there. So it's a special thing when you start listening and looking at all the different planets out there. And when a planet like the red giant does blow up, it turns into so that's a supernova. So that song by Oasis, Champagne Supernova. Sorry, it's the only way that I really learn about it. And that supernova will then eventually turn into a black hole, and then new stars will form. And that's endless learning when you talk about that. The atmospheres, the galaxies, everything that's up there. And I'm fascinated by astronomy, and I can't wait to talk more about it with you.